a better question for like Loletta or Shannon Hooper or someone than me, because they talk directly with the 2011 sponsors. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a transition period there, and we're all trying to educate our fans on kind of where they can find everything.
Is it looking at Joe Gibbs Racing? It's kind of been a transition. You guys were, for a long time, they were like they had an anchor sponsor for 30 races, or FedEx or M&M's. What has it been like at JGR now over the last few years as you guys made this transition?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good talks going on, a lot of good meetings and whatnot as regards to the 11 car, and obviously when you have someone who's been part of the sport for 20 years like FedEx was, it certainly makes things a lot easier. But this is a different time, and certainly we feel confident that we'll get these things sold throughout the year.
Did you get any reaction from anybody at NASCAR about your podcast and what you said? And were you expecting any, or at least any, have some discussions about what can be done on Superspeedways?
Do you mean like in a negative light or anything?
No, either negative, or are they like, yeah, we know this is an issue and we're trying to work on it, or
yeah, I mean, I think that's where
or suck it up, or what?
Yeah, probably all the above.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably say all the above. I think if you ask the competitors, they probably like one sort of thing, and even that's probably a varied answer. And I think NASCAR probably likes another thing, and TV maybe wants another thing. So trying to balance that is going to be really, really tough. But ultimately, I think as a competitor of myself, I mentioned it, that it's you would like to get rewarded when you make the right moves. Like it's very frustrating that kind of is out of your hands at most times on super speedways, and we'd like to put it more in our hands. And I think that certainly getting the drag out of the car would be a fantastic start. I know Dale Jr. mentioned it as well. Just the transition that we had. We're still running the same speed in the pack as we were pre-next gen. So the only difference is now we're running 13 miles an hour slower in qualifying. So that shows you that the fastest way to make these cars go is to run into each other. And so that's what we do, and that's what ultimately causes wrecks. If you took drag out, made the cars faster by themselves, I really don't know that we run that much faster in the pack if we would at all. And it probably would clean up some of the big hammer tags that we've been doing in drafting.
Do you expect the same tomorrow?
I don't think so. I think this is kind of a hybrid racetrack, although it will very much look like a super speedway. You still you can't run that close to someone in the corners here, especially when you're in the second, third lane. So I think it's a type of super speedway racing, but this is kind of more what I'd like to see Daytona and Talladega turn into, truthfully.
How much do you look to Phoenix to kind of use as a test session for the season finale?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying things. Last year was a little different because I just, we were trying to help with the 45 car out, and so we just kind of ran his stuff all weekend, no questions asked. And in the spring last year, we were a top 2 or 3 car, but consistently year over year, we've been a 5th to 7th place car in the finale. And if you look at the same cars up front, I mean, you pretty much can script the top 5, and they've been pretty consistent when it comes to the championship race. And so what we have to do to get better is we got to come up with new ideas, and I think that's certainly on the forefront of everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing to try to get better at it, because if you want to have a shot at it, you certainly got to get better at that track.
So Phoenix becomes like a test session for the teams?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way we're going to go back there with the same thing that we had and think that we're just automatically going to be faster. So, yes, it is essentially, it's a good test anyway, because it's kind of the first shorter track that we go to in the year. We're measuring up all kinds of different things, and we're not just testing for that specific race in the fall. We're testing for Loudon, we're testing for Richmond. There's all kinds of things, and certainly with that new option tire that they're going to have there, that's likely going to be the championship race tire, as long as it doesn't blow out. So it could completely change the game.
How do you feel? You said in the past you feel like Charles could be a game changer for the 23 team. How do you feel? Why so? How's he going to change that?
Yeah, I just think his leadership is really, really strong. He's very, very confident for a rookie crew chief. Not only rookie crew chief with a new driver, but just being in the Cup Series and learning these cars and what make them go. I just see a confidence within him and strength in his knowledge already that it very much impresses me.
As a sports fan,
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.